So let me tell you about the today class. So today class is not designed for fresher. It is only for the people who already having the experience with .NET. If you're willing to keep joining the thing, you can be the session. But the discussion is not about fresher. Discussion is mainly for those people who having the experience around 8 years and more than 8 years. So we are not targeting in today class the people who are the less experienced or fresher. I hope it is clear to everyone. But the people who are the less experienced also, they will learn the things which are the important as a part of the project development they must know. So the agenda for the today class is I will tell you about who is a solution architect and how can become the solution architect. Even I will teach you the solid principles as well today, because when it is coming to designing any software, so you should always keep in the mind solid principles, because without the solid principles you cannot refactor the things well. Even you will not able to manage the things well. So this is the agenda we having, and what are the queries you having in your mind, you can keep asking through the chat window. It is open for everyone. So now let me first deliver the technical session that is around the solid principles. Then I will come to the part who is the solution architect and what the thing need to learn to become a solution architect, and I will your queries as well. It is around 2 hour session, so please stay with me for 2 hours if you want to learn how to architect your next project. It's a complete session. We have designed towards the software designing and software architecture. I hope everyone can see my screen. I'm right. So I'm going to start the technical things first. Then we will proceed to the question answering session and the roadmap to become a solution architect. I hope it is fine with everyone. Okay, so when it is coming to building the software and when it is coming to implementing the best practices, whenever you're writing the code, everyone must know the solid principles. So whether you are a beginners, you are a junior developer, senior software engineer, you are a project lead, tech lead, even the solution architect, you must know the solid principles, because these are the foundation principles, these are the foundation practice that everyone should follow. So when it is coming to the session, let me introduce to myself first. So my name is Shailen Chauhan. I'm the founder and CEO of ScholarHat and .NETix. I'm a technical consultant and a speaker. I'm Microsoft MVP from last 8 years. I'm a corporate trainer. I keep delivering the training to the many MNCs. With IBM, I'm doing the training for more than 3 years constantly. There, I'm teaching how to build a .NET based application, full stack .NET, cloud, and others. I have written many interview question answer books, which are available on .NETix.com. I'm the author of many articles as well. You can find out on .NETix and ScholarHat. So far, I have trained more than 1 lakh student live through my various session. It can be master class, it can be the corporate training, it can be the one-to-one training, or it can be the batches training we have. So this is about me in brief. So let's get started with the solid principles. So to get started with this, make sure you having the gist in all the things, and you should have a understanding of C sharp, especially the object-oriented programming. If you are not good in the inheritance, class and object concept, you might feel the challenges while understanding the solid principles. So make sure you having the things over there. So when it is coming the solid principles, so in the solid principles, we having the 5 principles. The first one is here S. So S in solid stand for single responsibility principle. In short, we say it is SRP. O in the solid stand for open close principle. In short, we say OCP. L in the solid stand for list scope substitution principle. In short, we say it's LSP. In I in solid stand for interface segregation principle. In short, we say ISP. And the D in the solid stand for dependency inversion principle. So solid is a combination of 5 principles that you have to keep in the mind. So all the 5 principles you will learn today. So when it is coming to the other architectural patterns, I'm just telling the name today. I'm not covering. I'm just telling you the name only today. So we having the MVC, MVPM, we having the NTR architecture and layer clean onion, service oriented architecture, REST architecture, microservice architecture. So these are various architecture level patterns we have. We having the design patterns as well. So when it is coming to the Gang of 4, in the Gang of 4, we have 23 design patterns. So out of 23, I'm not mentioned every one here. I just mentioned the most important and the widely used design patterns here that everyone must know whenever you're practicing the things. Even I have added the other design patterns as well. It's a repository pattern, dependency injection. These are not the part of the Gango 4. The Gango 4 are singleton, factory, builder, adapter, bridge, facade, chain of responsibility, iterator pattern, state and strategy. These are the Gango 4 design patterns here. So today our focus is only on solid, not others one. So when it is coming to solid principles, so solid principles are the software design guidelines which every developer must know whenever he is writing the code. And whenever you're looking for building a good software system design, you should always make it based upon the solid principles. So solid is a combination of 5 principles which I already told you. So let us start with the first principle here. So first principle is a single responsibility principle. So this principle states that a class should have only one responsibility. A class should not have multiple responsibility, and there should not be more than one reason for a class to change. So when it is coming to, let's say, sometimes we might be changing the existing class. So that time also we need to take the decision over there. We should change it or not. It's not the case. We cannot change the class. If let's say there is some bug issues, if there is some logical issue, of course you should change it. But it does not mean I'm changing the complete structure of the class. It is not like this way. So changes can be done. It's not the case you cannot do, but those changes will be for bug fixing. Those changes will be for logical issues, whatever we have. But it's not the case the complete architecture, that the complete structure you're changing for that class. So now the main goal of this RP is it is helping us to make the class compact and neat. Because if you will keep everything in the one class, the class will be the complex, because you're putting the logic also inside the same class, you're putting the properties also in the same class. So if let's say you're creating a class for representing a real world objects. So for representing a real world object, there should be a one class. And for performing the database operation on the real world object, there should be a separate class. The example is simple. We having a user table in the database. So that user table in the database, you should represent with the user entity class that will have only properties: user ID, name, address, contact number. Now to perform the database operation, the user entity class, we should have a separate class, user operation, where you will add the method, add, update, and delete. So instead of keeping everything inside one user class, we have decomposed into two classes. One class responsibilities representing the real world objects user, even representing the table. Another class responsibilities to perform some database operation. So this is the way we having. The example here is simple. We having membership, we having logging, we having the customer. So every class is designed for a specific purpose. I'm not putting everything inside the one class. Let's have a demo as well for the SRP. How in the demo we can understand it. So here I'm going to create a project using my Visual Studio itself. And here I'm going to create a solution file. So I'm just creating a blank solution, and inside that we will keep adding the project one by one. So this is solid principles with the solution name. Then here I can add a one project. It is a simple console application I'm adding. And the project is just a simple console application I'm adding here. So this is my console app. And the first principle is SRP. So I'm adding its SRP. .NET 8 is fine. And I'm not using the top level statement. I'm just wrapping them inside the main method itself. So let's say this is my simple console application. So let's take an example. Let's say there is a one thing I'm just doing for the understanding the SRP. There is a one class membership. So we having a object for membership. In the membership, let's say we having the method add user and we having the method, let's say delete user. Now let's say there is a requirement. What are the membership we are going to add? There we want to log the error as well. So how we can log the error? We can write the code here. Let's say try catch. And here I'm not writing the complete code. I'm just explaining the things how you should design the how you should structure your code. So let's say you will write some code over here where you will add the user, or where you will let's simply add the membership. Just make it simple. Okay. So when you're adding the, let's say someone into the membership user, it might throw the exception. So now I'm going to capture the exception here. So how we can write the code? Simply we can write the code like this way: file, then write all text to your file error.txt. And let's say this file I'm just going to keep inside my C drive. This way I'm just adding it. So what will happen if let's say there is any exception? So that exception is going to write inside my C drive error.txt file. Do you think this code is perfectly have written? Or do we have any suggestion here? We can refactor it further. So is it the correct one we have written here, or should we refactor it? So the thing is here, if you're looking into this class behavior, this class behavior is we are dealing with the membership handling. But now we are including a code for logging the error as well into your file, or it can be it can be into database. So we are trying to give two responsibility to this class. One responsibility is handling the things about the membership. Another responsibility is logging the error as well. Even exactly same thing I will repeat inside the delete method as well. So this is not a recommended way to write the code. So how we should write the code? We should create a separate class for logging purpose. Let's say I'm adding here a file logger class where I will get the error, and here I will log the error like this way. Simply. And now here, this code I can change, or I will refactor it. So I will refactor like this way, where logger, new file logger, and then this way I will log it. So this is the way we added the things for this SRP. So now this is having a only responsibility about membership, or this one having only the responsibility about logging. So we having the two separate classes now, simply. For logger, you can have a static class as well. I'm not saying that you cannot have, you can do that one. Even Vinay, you have to have patience, because in solid there is a one principle also for DI, the last one. That time I will refactor it. This code is not still completely refactor. Only my focus is on the first principle. That is saying we should have two separate classes which is having the separate responsibility. Code example, I will take same for all the five principle explanation. Same code we will keep extending further. So first level we have done as per the solid. Clear to everyone? So as per the SRP, you have to write the code like this way. I hope this is clear to everyone. Do you have any query? Jayaprakash, I already told you this is not the final code. This is the explanation of single responsibility principle, where every class having a separate responsibility. When you will have all the five principles, then you will have a final code of the membership class. I hope it is clear to everyone. So don't be in a hurry. Understand them in detail one by one. So second principle is about here open and closed principle. So open and closed principle says a class should be open for extension, but it should be closed for the modification. It means what are the membership class we have created? It should be open for extension, but it should be closed for modification. Of course, until you will not provide the first release of the software. It's not the case on day one you added the membership class, on day two you will say I will not change it. I'm following the OCP principle. Sir, it is not like this way. You have to make the complete functionality of the membership. After completing the one phase of membership, then you should not change it. So that is also have to keep in the mind. So whatever the requirement you having, as per the requirement, first make it, complete it, test it, and when you have released the first version of the software, after that you have to implement the OCP. It's not the case you just implementing immediately at from the second day. That is also a thing you have to keep in the mind. So close part of the rule state once a class has been developed, it has been tested properly as per the requirement you having. After that, you can change it only for fixing the bugs, but we will not change the structure of the class internally. The open part says you can extend the class by for introducing the new functionality. But in that case, for adding the new functionality, I will not change the existing class. So this is the way we having the open part. So for extension, it is possible. For modification, it is closed, but bug fixing, logical error, you have to modify the class. The simple example we having here for the open closed, we having again a membership. Let's say we are starting a website. Just take any example of website. Let's say I'm taking the example of the ScholarHat itself. In the ScholarHat, we having the membership plan. So for the membership plan, we initially started with plus membership and pro membership. So initially we are going to start with the two membership plan. Similar way, let's say you having another example for bank account. So usually we having current account and saving account. If you're going to start any banking accounting software, we will have the things like this way. So now let's see how the OCP we can implement there. Again, I'm taking the example of membership. I'm adding here a one more project, a class library, a console application again for the OCP here. I'm making it public. And again, I'm taking the example. Let's say we having a public class membership. Okay. In the membership class, let's say we having a add method this way. So initially we started a website where we having, let's say, only one membership plan. Now let's say there is a requirement is we have to divide that membership plan into the multiple one. Let's say plus membership, pro membership, are you having the, let's say, premium membership over there? So in that case, usually you might having a scenario. You just adding a one method here, one property for handling the membership type. So there is a one way to handle it. Let's say membership type. Okay. So we having a method, we having a property for membership type. And based upon the membership type, let's say you are providing the feature. So let's say I'm just providing a feature for number of trainings. We can provide them, get training. So initially we having a class where inside the membership, we are providing them, let's say 10. 10 courses we are providing. Let's say this is the one we having. This is the initial structure of the class. But now the requirement is based upon the membership type, we will provide them training programs access. So based upon the membership type, let's say to handle the membership type, what I will do, I will add here a property for membership type and I can add a condition. If let's say membership type is one, that is, let's say we having for plus membership, plus membership. So provide the number of training program access 5. If let's say we having the membership type, let's say pro, that is a membership type, let's say pro, we are providing the training access, let's say 10. And by default, we are providing, let's say 2 this way. Or here, depending upon what are the plan you having, you are keep adding the things. So in this logic, what is the issue we have? Every time if you need to add a new membership plan, you have to change this code here. I have to just add a condition where I'm handling for membership type 3, membership type 4, and membership type 5. Every time I have to change the things over there. So this is the normally we can write the code. But here you are just violating the OCP principles. So in that case, in case of OCP, I can refactor it. I said I can extend it. It should be closed for the modification, but it is open for extension. So what I will do here, instead of writing the code like this way, I will just add here a class for plus membership, plus membership. And I will inherit this membership. Now this get training method, I will override. I will make it virtual so that I will override inside my child class here. So what are the code we have written for plus membership? They will return the 5 training program from here. Then I will add a pro membership and it will return the 10 from here. So what are the code we have written are in future also, whatever the things we needed, we don't need it now. I will keep extending the same class to the multiple membership type. So this is the OCP. It is open for extension, where we have extended it into the plus membership. We have extended it into the pro membership. And later on, if we're willing to introduce one more membership type, we can extend it there as well. So now it is open for extension by adding the inheritance here. So this is now OCP here. Clear to everyone? Guys, the thing is here, whatever the things I'm going to convey here, my intention to convey the thing is, I'm just putting the sample the example very simple so that everyone can understand it. Because the issue with the people is the people just make the thing so much complex and after that they are not able to understood it. So of course, now there is a parent class and we having the extension class. So focus on the extension. Don't focus on the overriding here. Simple. So OCP does not means overriding. OCP means extension. So what are the things we having the parent class? We are going to extend. And the example I'm keeping very basic so that you will understood it. I'm not making the things complex. So focus here should not be on overriding. Focus should be here on extension. I'm just extending the membership class into the plus membership and the pro membership. This is the extension, is the implementation, not the overriding. Clear to everyone? Now we having the third principle. So when it is coming to the third principle, it is about the list scope substitution principle. So again, I will take the same example. So this principle state that derived class must be able to substitute any object for their base class. That is about the LSP we having. In simple language, a parent class can be replaced with the object of its derived class without breaking the code. That is coming into the LSP here. Yakundan, if you are using the extension method, so that is also the same thing you are doing. You are extending the existing class without changing the code. So in case of list scope principle, we are going to replace the parent class instance completely with the child class without breaking any code. Just take the same example of membership. In the membership, now we have added a one more type of membership. That is a trial membership I'm going to add. So in the OSP, we having the two membership plus and pro. Now let me first explain it. I'm adding here a one more project for LSP. I'm adding it. So I'm adding a console application that is for LSP. And what the example we did before? Same I'm going to copy and putting it here now. So this is the initial code we having that I copied from the open close principle. Now my requirement is we are not able to, sell our membership program. So now the requirement is we need to provide a trial membership option as well. So what I will do, I will introduce a one more option that is a trial membership. So here I'm just providing a one more option to the people so that we able to give the trial of the membership public class and it is trial membership this way. But in the trial membership, it is just only for promotion purpose. the person who is taking the trial membership is not a paid member for us. So we will not going to add it as a paid customer. Right now it is only lead for us. So if you're looking at here in case of membership class, we having a add method. So this add method is actually adding our paid members. Okay. So if someone is paid to us, we will add that as a paid member. And that member is going to take all the membership benefit, all the support we having, that member is eligible to get. But in case of trial membership, it is not a paid member to us. So we cannot add it as a paid member. It is for us is a lead only. So in this case, add is not a relevant one here now. So add is not relevant in case of trial membership over here. So what I will do here in case of this trial one, I will define here the same method I will override. What are the add method we have? This add method also I'm just going to override here now. A note here. Let me keep it in the just bottom. So this is the two older one. This is a new one. So what I'm doing here, I'm just not going to add that customer because it's not a paid member to us. So in the add, I just added a exception. If you will try to add a trial membership user as a paid customer, it will just throw the exception. So in this case, what will happen when I will create my parent class instance? So I can create my parent class instance. So I will create it like this, a membership, new plus membership. Now I can add the things to membership dot add, and it is a, let's say it is a plus membership here. This way we added. So here, as per the LSP, what I'm doing here, I'm just replacing my parent class instance with its drive class without breaking the code. So here it will not break the code. It will work fine without any exception. Even if you want to add a message, I can add a message also here simply. So here I can just console dot write line, then add it. Okay, we have added the things now. Exactly same way I can do the things for my pro membership as well. So it will be my pro membership. It will work fine, any breaking change. But if you will try to do with the trial membership, in the trial membership case, this will break the code. It is throwing the exception. So it is going to break the flow here. So it would be here, of course, pro membership this way. So this is the way you might be doing if you're not aware of list scope substitution principle here. So here we did like this way. Here we are just throwing the exception. So of course, when you will when you will try to replace the parent class instance with the child one, here it is start breaking. So here it is not LSP now. So how we should refactor it? So we should not keep the things like this way. We should refactor the code here like this way. What are the training offering you have? That is a feature you are offering. That feature you can move to a interface. Then from the interface, you can have this trial membership access. So this trial membership only providing the, the free training access. It is not providing the paid content access. So paid content we can keep as a part of the membership. Free content we can keep as a part of the iTraining membership. So this is the way the refactoring we should do when we are going to write the code over there. Let's see how we can do it, or how we can deal it now to handle it properly. So I will just make a I training interface. There I will move the training method, which is providing the training. I will have a I membership interface where I will move the add method, where we having all the things. So let's see how this code is going to refactor further. So I will refactor this code like this way. So there will be a interface, public interface I membership, where I'm having only the things related to the paid membership plan, not to the free one, not to the trial one. And this I membership I will implement in this membership class like this way. It is coming into the I membership. Now here, this is about the paid plan, where we will adding the user as a paid customer for us. But for the training that I'm going to give as it on trial basis as well. So here I can define a interface that will be here I training simply like this way. Now this I training, I will inherit this I training, I will inherit inside the I membership. So whatever these two methods we have been get training and add. So this add I have moved to the I membership interface. And this get training I have moved to the I training. So that now whatever the trial membership I need to add, I don't need to inherit it from the membership class. I will just implement this I training membership, I training interface. Then it is a implementation. So override should not be there, and add we don't need here now. So this add is not needed because add is not the part of that interface. So this is the way we can refactor the code. If you will now write the code. So this is not actually a type of membership. It is just only for promotion purpose. So we don't needed this now because type of membership is here plus and pro, not the trial. Trial is here just only for promotion purpose. We just move into a separate one where we having only limited set of features which we are offering through it now. So this is the way the refactoring can be done to support the LSP, because LSP says the child class object can replace the parent class without breaking the code. I hope it is clear to everyone. Yes or no? The next principle we having the interface segregation, because already we did the interface segregation over here. Now let me explain. It will be more clear after this interface segregation here. So when it is coming the interface segregation, this one. So this interface segregation principle state the client of our class should not be forced to depend on method they don't use. It means what are the change we have done recently? The change we have done recently is actually breaking the code. But the interface segregation is saying the client who is using that class should not be forced to depend on the method they don't use. Because in the trial membership, I'm not using the method add because that was no relevant. So what I have to do, I have to manage the add method dependency. So to manage the add method dependency, we need to split the code into the multiple independent part, as we did in the example of LSP. So with the help of ISP, we are able to implement the LSP well. the dependency, whatever we having over there. So just take a extend the previous example, the next label. The example is simple. Let's say right now we having only plus, pro and trial. Just take a one more example. We have introduced a one more plan where we are offering the live training. Let's say initially we started with membership plan only for self-paced training. Now we having a plan to introduce the live training as well. So in case of live training, the requirement is what are the existing customer we have, whatever they took either trial membership, either they took the self-paced membership. We don't want to break those customer. They will keep using the things, they keep using the system as it is. But what are the new client we are targeting? So new client having a provision to purchase the live training membership also. And in the live training membership, we are offering the feature of self-paced membership as well as the live training membership. So what we have done for the new client, we have added a one more interface where we are dealing with only live training. And to get the feature of the self-paced one, I will inherit it from this self-paced membership interface as well. Because here it is going to take the feature of the self-paced as well as live. It's a altogether new program. This is the program. This is the older one. We having only for the self-paced one. So it can be done with the help of splitting the code into the more smaller independent unit. Now it is a independent unit for self-paced. This is for live, and further we can inherit it from here and we can use it over there. So without impacting my existing customer, without impacting my existing one, I'm able to extend the things. I'm able to segregate the things. So this is about the interface segregation. To the next level we did. In the previous example also we did, but here also I'm just extending the next level again. Say the same example, you're going to proceed further that we did in LSP. I can add a one more project that is for ISP. So here I'm adding a console application that I'm adding for ISP here. Same example I'm just taking, which we did in LSP. So whatever the existing customer we were targeting, we are keeping them as it is. Because initially we are offering only self-paced membership. In the self-paced membership, there was some trial one. Now the requirement is here. I'm going to provide a new altogether program, live training membership. And in the live training membership, they will have the benefit of self-paced as well as live. So what I will do here, I will implement it as per this one. I will add interface I live training membership. Then I will have a premium membership class where I will implement this interface, and what are the features we already having in the self-paced membership, we will inherit them as it is. So this is the way how I'm going to use it. So I'm just adding here a class. First, let me add the interface. A interface I'm adding here for I live training. So it will give us the live training to us simply. Now in the I live training, I'm having a method for get live training. In I membership, we having a method only for get, sorry, in this I training, we having the method only for get training. These are for self-paced. If you're having the confusion, I can change it to the self-paced. I'm just changing only for understanding purpose for you so that you will not confused. So this is only for get self-paced. And this is for we having live. Now we are combining. So this is a new program we just selling where we are giving the live training membership also. But this live training membership, people can access the self-paced also. So what I can do here, I can inherit it from the membership class also, membership class this way. So I'm just inheriting it, not the implementing I membership interface. So just look at in this diagram, this premium membership, the name here, I'm inheriting the membership class. It is not implementing this interface. This interface I'm just inheriting here so that all the methods of it I will get is in this interface. Now this interface I'm inheriting here. So of course, we need to implement this interface method as well. So to avoid the implementation of these methods, I'm inheriting it from here so that we will have the things now simply. So now I can just having the inheritance over there. And now let me define the name of it. It is, let's say, premium membership, where we having self-paced, where we having live also this way. So now if you will try to access it, we will access the things like this way. So whatever the old customer we have, so old customer keep accessing the things as we having in OSP. This is my, not OSP, I is in LSP. This is the code we have written for LSP. So those people keep using that things as it is without any code change, like this way. But what are the new customer we are targeting through the premium membership? They will have the thing like now like this way. It would be, let's say, I live training. Even in the interface segregation, we have changed the things as well. It should be now here I membership this way. So it should be I membership here. And for the trial one, it should be here I training. That would be here, let's say, the trial membership this way. And trial, from the trial membership, I can call the get training method here. Only get training, that is self-paced one. And here also we having the same thing. So these are the old customer who are using our things, our old client, I will say. For the new one, we can sell it. Where I'm having, let's say, premium membership, I can just it is not I live training, it should be here. Yeah, it is I live training and it should inherit from the I membership as well. This part is missing this way. Now I'm able to access the things. Premium membership, then we having the method add also. Then we having the method for getting the self-paced training and live training as well. So this is the way we did the things now, simple. So this is the way how the things can be added to this one here. What are the new things we have added? Simple. If here you want to give the similar things to this older client as well. So in that case, you have to segregate, you have to split this interface in the multiple one. So whatever you are willing to keep, it should be the part of the trial membership as well. So here as we having, let's say, I training, we can have, let's say, I trial life training. From there, I will inherit it. Then if you want to give something X on the trial level, it can be added over there. So instead of keeping everything in the one place, because if you're coming the self-paced membership is a combination of two interface. If you're looking at clearly in this picture, similar way, the live training also we can make a part of the two interface. One is for trial purpose, one is for the paid member. This way we can define it also. If we're looking for, because these two are making the cell page. Exactly same way, we will have two. And from that another one, which I will add only for trial purpose, I will inherit it into the trial one. This way it can be done. If you're going to provide to the existing one. But practically the trial membership for the live should be separated. And the trial membership for the cell page will be separated. So that the customer able to differentiate. Otherwise, customer will be confused. Whether it is a live, whether it's a trial. Because altogether this is a new product. It is not extension to the similar one. But if you needed it, you have to segregate in a separate interface and then it can be used that way also. Anything else? I hope it is clear to everyone. If something you are adding to the existing membership, you don't need to change this one directly in the plus membership and the pro membership things can be added. It's not the case. I cannot add the things here. I can free to add the things over here. Only the restriction we having on this membership class, not here. Here I'm able to add the things. So this is about the interface segregation. And last principle we having the dependency inversion principle. So dependency inversion principle state that high level module should not depend on the low level modules. They should depend upon the abstract class interface. So instead of creating the dependency of the concrete class on each other, we can make them dependent on an interface. Because our code should be loosely coupled. So when it is coming to making the component inside the system loosely coupled, we should split the dependency between the high level and the low level modules by introducing the abstraction between them. The same example which we did on case of single responsibility principle, right now we having only one logger, but in future we can have multiple logger as well. Let's say console, file, and DB. It will be very difficult to manage the logging for different one. So in this case, instead of writing the condition inside the logger file, we will just make the thing separately. So now let me make the same example for DIP as well, whatever we did here. So I'm just adding here a one more project, that is we having for again console application, and it is for DIP, dependency inversion principle. Again, same example which we took on the SRP. I'm taking it. So this is the SRP example. We are going to now fix it. So what are the code we have written in the single responsibility was not correct because we were creating the class object explicitly here. This is not the recommended one. Even in future, if I will add another type of logger as well, let's say we having a logger for console application as we having a console logger, let's say public class, it is a console logger. Or we can have a database logger as well. Now I want to decide here, I want to log it into file or console. So now it is very difficult to change it. So instead of writing the code like this way, I can take the help of the DI, dependence injection, where I will create a logger, public, not public, it should be here I logger. This way. So I logger we have not added, actually that's why it's not coming. I logger should be here, and it should implemented by these two logger classes. This way. And now here I will just inject this logger simply now. Then I can use it. So now this code is completely refactored. We are not here explicitly deciding which logger I want to use. The things we made completely loosely coupled. So cannot say dependency not there, dependency is there, but it is now loosely coupled. It is having a provision now on the runtime. The class can decide which logger it is willing to use. So let's say it is using here file logger. In the next case, it can use the console logger as well. So I can have the logger for, let's say this is my file logger. I'm adding here, let's say simply file logger. We have added. Then I'm just adding here console logger. New this way. So now the same object having a flexibility. One time it is using the file logger. Another time it is using the console logger. If you're looking for another example, just take an example. We having a page for payment. At the payment label, the user can decide whether he is using the PayPal for paying the bill, whether he is using, let's say, Paytm for paying the bill. So that time we need to create a I-payment service. And that I-payment service, the user will decide on runtime what payment mode he is having. And that I can assign to that payment service. And based upon the client class, will take one of the payment service object and will proceed with the payment. This is another example you can take. Whenever it is coming to the dependency inversion. So dependency inversion is a theory. It is a concept. And when it is coming to the DI, DI is a implementation of that theory. Okay, so dependency inversion is a theory. It is a concept. And to implement this concept, you can use delegates. You can use dependency injection. We having the many option to implement the dependency inversion. I hope it is clear to everyone. So now what are the example we have given? We have given the example for dependency injection to implement the dependency inversion. I hope it is now clear. Winner. I'm right? Sir, this is the example for DI also. Dependency injection. The example which I have given of dependency injection. Dependency inversion is a theory, it is a concept. To implement the dependency inversion, either you have to use dependency injection, either you have to use delegates. Okay, either you have to use event handler. We having the many option for implementing the inversion of control. I hope it is clear. So solid principle I have done from my side. I hope that things are now clear to everyone. So whenever you are building the things, of course, all the 5 principles you have to keep in the mind, then only you will able to refactor the class properly over there so that it is clear. Now let me come to the agenda what we having about the solution architect. As you have seen, one of the you know the implementation for the solid principles. Exactly similar way as a solution architect, you need to know the many other practices. As I have already mentioned, let's say MVC pattern, MVP pattern, we having the service oriented architecture, REST architecture, we having the microservices one, we having the gang of four. So these many practices you should know where to use, how to use, and what is the impact of each of one. Which one is theory, which one is implementation. There is a lot of confusion the people are having. So now let's look at who can be a solution architect. Of course, experience matters to become a solution architect. If you're having the experience of 2 years, 3 years, less than 8 years even, you cannot become a solution architect directly. You must have the experience of building the application using the full stack. You should know the how to build a .NET based application using the .NET, using the MVC, using the web API. You should know how to build a front end also using Angular or React. Even you should have a understanding of the cloud as well. These things you already know. And I'm sure as a senior software engineer level, you already know all these things. So now you have to think about designing, you have to think about core decision making, which is helpful. Because in case of solution architect, it's not about only you are the technical person, you have to think from the prospect of the user as well. So that first you have to have a discussion with the customer, you have to understand the requirement, and the same requirement you have to deliver to your team as well. So that the team can work on the implementation. And wherever the team is stucking in the implementation, you are there as as a superman to help them. So wherever someone is stucking while implementing the things, you are always there to help them. And without your decision, no one can implement any strategy, any plan. Ultimately, everything is going to decided by the solution architect at the project level, what architecture they will use, what cloud they will use, what practices they will use, how they will implement everything. So solution architect is a key decision maker at the project level when the software is going to be designed over there. So these are responsibilities having requirement analysis, solution design, technology selection, system integration. You have to always think about the performance improvement, the security part, all these the critical things as a solution architect you have to address, you have to implement inside the project. Even you should be responsible for doing a collaboration, because ultimately whatever the stakeholder, whatever the projects manager, whatever the customer you having, you have to understand the requirement, and the requirement you have to convey to your team as well so that they can give a shape to it. Quality assurance also you have to think about, you have to decide the coding standard, you have to decide the rule for the code review, ensuring the quality of the software solution. You have to look at the risk management and those things as well. So make sure you are pushing the team to timely delivery of the project of the sprint we having over there. And you have to also think about the continuous improvement inside the project. It can be done in terms of technology, in terms of many other aspect. So these are the key roles and responsibility a solution architect is having. Now the next question is here, who can become a solution architect? So the people who are right now working as a senior software engineer, senior system analyst, tech lead, and project lead, they can prepare themselves for the solution architect role, because we need the experience also for having that thought process, to having that mindset as well. As a fresher, as a beginners, you don't have that mindset. You have to first build it, you have to first cultivate it, then you can think about it. Even if you're looking for the salary for the solution architect, it going to vary company to company. Depending upon the company you are joining, salary range will vary. So what are the salary range is mentioned here, it is very minimum you have seen. So company to company it will vary. Some company they having 35 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs, 70 lakhs. Depending upon on which company you are joining, on which project you're working, the salary range will vary here. So we don't have any final number over there. If I will say what is the average salary, it is not such number, because many company offer less salary as well, because you might be working on a project that is a legacy application. You might be working on a project where we having all the latest skill set. There you might be getting the 45 lakhs, 50 lakhs. So if you're taking the average salary range, so average salary range will be somewhere between 25 lakhs to the 50 lakhs. This can be average salary range for the people who are going to do it over there. This is not a old data. This is a data I recently take from the, there is a website for we having for naukri.com. So from their data you can check right now as well. Because what are the data I'm taking is not a data we just made it. You can check on Google, it will tell you about. Because I always believe in transparency. You can look for .NET solution So if you look at the Ambition Box is a company from the Naukri itself. So here you can find out. Here you can see here the number is mentioned here. So 11.8 is the minimum, 36 is maximum. These are some numbers they're giving over there. You can find out. So what are the numbers here? You will find out the exactly same number here. So this is data I took from this website. So you can verify everything. So everything is transparent. Nothing is manipulated. You can check. You can see here they having a salary range of 51 as well, 40 lakhs to 51. So just find the numbers on the Naukri, you will get the understanding what the things they having. Even this is also a website from the naukri.com itself. So I don't think you don't having such issue. Okay. So let me tell you here how you can become the solution architect. So these are the things the company is expecting from you. Backend you should know, front end you should know, patterns and practices you should know, and cloud and DevOps you should know. So these are the things as a solution architect you must know if you're looking for to become a solution architect. Now let me tell you about the training program we are offering. So we having a training program again. I said we having a training program for the people who having the experience to work with already .NET, Angular and others. So this is a program we having, which we have designed only for .NET developer, where we covering the software architecture and design, where I will tell you system design. I will tell you about the gang of four design patterns. I will tell you about all the architectures, whatever we have. As today I have covered the solid one. Similar way, I will cover everything about the architecture. Even system design also I will tell you. Then we having the microservices and containers, because wherever you will work as a solution architect. Everywhere now companies are using the microservices as a architecture. Without microservices, you cannot build a big application, a enterprise grade application. So if you're looking for a higher package range, every solution architect must know the microservices one. So we are covering that along with Docker and Kubernetes. We having the Azure DevOps also, because you should know the CI/CD pipeline and this also. Because when it is coming to the automating the release pipeline, build pipeline, so that time the Azure DevOps you should know that we are covering. And here everything we are covering with the best practices, even we having the real project deployment as well, so that you will not face any challenge how to implement them, how to use them. So when it is coming to the microservices one, so we having the similar type of project here. I'm just showing the example for a project where we having the document like this way, where we have done how to design the things over there. Let's say using the clean architecture over there. Similar way we having for microservices also. You're talking about how to set up the things, the project wise here now. So this is a complete document you're going to get. And in the same document implementation we will do. As you have seen today, we did the implementation, because until you will not do the things, you will not understand well there. Even we having the interview question answer videos as well, you can refer those also for that. Vinay, if you're looking for covering everything, let's say front end, back end, everything, then you have to club two training program here: advanced full stack .NET and .NET solution architect. Because in the advanced full stack developer, we are covering ASP.NET Core as well, Angular as well, and Azure as well. Because I said already, this training program is not for beginners, not for those people who are not aware of ASP.NET Core front end. This is advanced level training only for the people who already working as a senior software engineer. As a full stack .NET developer, if you're working, you can join it. If you don't know the full stack .NET, suggestion is here: first be a advanced full stack .NET developer, then join this program. You can choose AWS as well, but in our training program, we will not teach you AWS. We are covering only Azure. Our all training program are around Microsoft technologies, Azure, Azure DevOps. We are not touching AWS anywhere. Ajay, you can download the detailed curriculum as well. It is mentioned over there. Because it's not a one training. It is a combination of three training. We having the three program. It is a combo training. There is a one separate batch we having for software architecture and design. It's a one batch where you are covering everything detail. Then second batch is we having to target microservices and containers. Then we having a third batch. There we are targeting the Azure DevOps. It's not a one batch. To cover everything, it will take 4 to 6 months for you. That's not a training program for 1 month and 2 months. No, it's a 4 to 6 month training program. It will take. EMI option is available. You can just consult with the counselor. They will tell you how you can avail for the EMI. That is option there. Every training is here live. As today I'm taking your live session. It is a live training program. We don't have self-paced. Of course, self-paced recording you will get for covering the so many extra topics which we feel you should know. But what are the batches? I said we having the three training batches separately. They are live, and this complete training program I will take. So I'm taking the solution architect things completely. The timing will be here. It is a weekend batch, early morning or late evening. So the people who are from the US, even from UK as well, they can also join. Even many people are learning from US and UK as well. Other thing you can find out after having a discussion with the counselor, they will tell you. One more thing I want to highlight here, whenever it is coming to the learning, so we having a world class platform. Just take example of microservices training. In the microservices training, these are the live training recording you can see. So everything is live here. You can watch the recorded videos. You can download the code. You having the video content access as well. This is the video content access you will have. We having the notes as well, because whenever you are learning something, if you're not taking the notes, then you will not able to recall them. So for the recalling purpose, we made the notes also here. These are notes available. We having the project here, you will get the project access. We having the skill test where you can check your learning progress, whatever you have learned, what are the things you having. This way you can check the things. We having the interview question answer videos as well, because of course you have to give the interview as well. So which type of question are going to be asked, how to answer them. So we are giving you the interview question answer videos as well. So this is the way how the training program is designed to help you. Even if you having any other queries as well, we having every Friday career coaching session. You can join that. We will help you. Even I will tell you the way how to draft the resume, because many people having the challenges with the resume. They are not able to get the right call. They are not able to set their profile as per the profile they're looking for. So for that purpose also we having the things. So in interview also we will prepare you for interview preparation. We will help you to make the resume as well. On every Friday we having the session for the discussion also. Kashish, when it is coming to the stack, it will be decided by the background technology you have. Because every tech is good. I will not say Java is not good, Java also good, but it depends what tech stack you have. If you are having a 10 years of experience .NET, so you should not go into the Java. You should evolve yourself in the .NET itself. If you having the experience in Java already 3 years, 4 years, of course you should stick with the Java. Don't change your stack. There is no need to change the stack. You have to go ahead with the current stack you having. If you are an experienced person, if you are a beginner, if you are a fresher, then you are free to work with any stack. Now VB.NET has been depreciated completely, so focus only on C Sharp. You will not get any new version for Visual Basic. You will get the version only for C Sharp only. So focus only on C Sharp. I hope you got the things now about the things. If you having any query, the Giridhar and Rupinder in the group, you can call to the numbers given on the chat.